Hello, it is April 16th, 2026. This reading is a little strange. In my shuffle video, where I got these cards, I wasn't even sure what to even title the video. It was more like depending on what I got. Yeah, I'm gonna call this assignment 2. So why I'm being weird, why I felt, all right, I had a dream, right, of a queen bee. I'll get into the dream. And I was kind of ignoring her, not listening to what she was saying. So when I woke up, I was thinking, you know what, I want to pull some cards. Like, maybe we can see what she's trying to say. Like, maybe she'll somehow connect and let us know what her message was. I was thinking, like, maybe I should just meditate, go within. There's probably someone thinking that, like, why don't you just meditate? But, you know, I just felt like, yeah, let's do some cards. See if I'll feel like there's a message for her, or maybe, like, subconsciously or collectively or something. Yeah, I don't know. We'll get even if we don't get a message from her, like, yeah, in those ways, the other ways, we'll get part of the message, or so, I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't feel like we did get a message from her. And you might be thinking, like, okay, well, maybe that was just a message for you. That I've been going on the bee, and I feel like a lot of my stuff is collective, so I felt like it was important. I'll go in a little bit of the dream. Important, and also like to share as a lesson, to pay attention to messages. So yeah, I feel like it isn't really a message from her. I was kind of seeing like cause and effect, like, okay, let's just say her coming with a message, and the effect, or, you know, circumstances, like my ego getting in the way, or, you know, other things, like it kind of closed, like it connected, but, you know, and then what we're seeing here could possibly be like the trail, the remnants, the aftermath, the after image, or something. So I feel like it's still tying, very least, I feel like this ties in a little bit with the last reading, the assignment reading, and with the phase, or the new cycle coming, which I think I'm going to go into first. So I might seem kind of scattered, and yeah, I don't want to post a shuffle video because, yeah, it was just kind of messy, and it took me a while to get in the dream, and la la la. So let me tell you what I'm going to do. So yeah, first I'm going to get into the dream. That first, instead of taking a long time. First the dream, and then I'll go into what's been going on, the timeline, maybe ascension symptoms, possibly, like what I've been going through. Then I might share some cards I pulled out yesterday, or like 2 of them, and I'll talk about this because I feel like I was intuitively guided. I know there's a bee and a turtle. The turtle was also in some sort of dream space, so I felt like, okay, maybe there's something with the turtle. And then yeah, and then get to the card. So let's go to the dream. So the dream, there's some things that happened before seeing the, I'll call her queen bee. I don't even know if she was an actual bee, but she had yellow and black stripes. So yeah, she must be the queen bee. And in the last reading, the bee card was here. So I was like, okay. And I did say there was a bee outside that day before I did the 14th, before I did the assignment reading. So I feel like in real life, I felt like maybe a bee was trying to give me a message, but I was like putting it off. Oh, let me just tell you about that. Yeah, like it came up to me like a hoverfly, like calm. And normally bees, they're busy doing whatever, or um, you know, they don't rarely seem calm and like fly up to you. It was like down by my knees, and it was like maybe like less than a foot away. I'm trying to think, like, you know. And then I was like, I think it wants to land on me. And then I got up. Um, yeah, and then I talked about a bee on the floor and a bee on the door, and then I had a dream. So, okay, so in the dream, I think I was in California, like before this happened, like someone, we were on the road and someone was like, oh, I want to go to the beach, like we're not too far away. And we're like, oh, it's still like 2.5, 3 hour drive. So yeah, and then yeah, and then the dream changes, but I think I'm still in California. I'm like with a tour group or something. We're walking outside like a gravel dirt road. I don't know. We're walking, and I know sometime in the dream before, I remember seeing like birds in the sky. They were like huge, and they had like long legs, and I'm like thinking like, what kind of birds are those? They're probably like in real life, like they were high up in the air, but like in real life there's probably no birds like that big. But in the dream I'm just kind of like, huh, never seen those before. I wonder what they are. And I live in the desert. I don't see a lot of big birds flying in the sky. Like maybe hawks. Every once in a while, hawks, ravens, crow, the turkey, vultures. I don't really see a whole lot of big birds flying in the desert. So yeah, somewhere in the dream, and then I saw it again, right, with the group walking, and I saw one flying down towards me, and then yeah, then I realized it's not a bird. It's a queen bee lady. Yeah, she stops like maybe she was like 8, 10 feet. I don't know. She was like above me flying, and I don't I don't know how she was big, but I'm not really good with measurements, but and also I wasn't really paying attention in the dream. Like I just noticed like she had like weird black and yellow stripes going on her body or her dress. I think it was her body, like yellow black stripes like diagonally like that, and there's someone going like that, and I think between, you know, this and that there were patterns. I wasn't yeah, I wasn't paying attention to her much. I was paying attention on my phone, but I want to say she was like at least 10 feet tall. I don't know, she was huge, but like I got a sense that she was like thin though. Like she wasn't like kind of like deflated. Like I didn't really get a feeling like I got a feeling like she was like, you know, like 2D, like more, I don't know. So she flew, and then she was like, and I can't really even remember her face, because like I said, like I just saw her body and then her face, and then like she was like saying something to me, but I couldn't hear her. Like it's like that hearing connection reality or something was muted. And yeah, the first thing I think of is like, oh, I gotta record this, and I put my phone up, you know, and I'm like just looking at her through my phone, and then like I push record. Maybe it records for like 2 seconds, and then I'm like, shit, why isn't it working? And then like I keep on having problems. I keep on pushing record, and then I think at one point it went from video to photo, and I'm switching, and it's just acting all weird. Like I'm having trouble recording her, right? And I'm so like distracted by this that I think she was mad. I don't know if she was mad because I wasn't paying attention to her, or she was mad about something else prior, or like yeah, I don't know. And then I turned back at the group, like I'm in the front of the group, and I turn back, and this lady's like, my phone's not working. And I was like, did you guys get that? They're like, yeah, well, we're trying to get our phones to work. And it's like we were all like ignorant and, you know, just trying to get something, you know, I guess to post on social media instead of like actually paying attention to her. We just wanted, you know, so yeah. That was pretty much it with her. I was so busy with my phone and looking back at the group that, like, I think the tour guide or someone told us to go like under the trees. There's like some grove to the left side, so we go there, and then I think I'm still busy with my phone, or like I'm not even like questioning anything, like, okay, I'll just sit here. And that was probably my second mistake, because I think maybe something was going on and I'm just like in this shaded area, like da da da, not even paying attention. And then the third mistake was probably going in the building. They told us to go in the building, so like we go down further and there's like a building. It felt like I was in like some like ice cream shop, like it was kind of small, and I'm just sitting in there probably still playing with my phone, like da 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 da. Yeah, because when we got out and we were going like back to where we were, so I'm going back the other way now, you know, the trees are on the right. I look at the sky and it looked like something happened in the sky. Like when I first saw it, like I knew it was daytime still, but it looked kind of dim, and then I don't know if I was seeing another layer or if it like just turned dark real fast or what happened, but I felt, I'm not for sure, the memories are bad, but I think the sky kind of went dark, and then, okay, before it went dark, yeah, I was looking at the clouds, like there was like feather clouds and like kind of weird patterns in that, like it just, something about it seemed really weird, and then like kind of like scattered feather clouds is like something weird pattern, I don't know, it just seemed weird, like, and yeah, I was thinking like, was there like a battle in the sky or something, like did we miss something, I was thinking like, did they want us to go inside to like work on our phones and delete anything or not have us see what was going on? Yeah, and then it got dark, and then I think there was like something with orange, orange in the clouds or the sky, like I don't know. So there's like 3 mistakes. 1 is just like my ego or something anyway, like, oh, I need this cool video. And then 2, like sitting under the trees, like not even wondering where she's at. Like she could have still been standing in front. Like I was so like busy with my phone in the group that I didn't even know like if she left or she was still not standing there, but flying in the air. And the third mistake, going in the building, like da 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 da, and then walking out and seeing like I think something was happening in the sky. So that's the dream. The end. And then yeah, I woke up and I was like felt bad. Because I've had other dreams where I'm like seeing something cool and, you know, I gotta get this on video. Yeah. So I'm the type, instead of getting scared and running off or something, I'm like actually trying to record something. Yeah, because you hear stories of people like, or like people ask or questioning like, why didn't they like try like pull out their camera and record it? You know, sometimes they're like, oh, I was too scared, or I didn't think about it, or I tried to, or I did, but they're just not recorded, like they're not showing on the screen for some reason. Okay, and that was a dream. So yeah, I decided like maybe she has a message, maybe we could pull some cards and see if there's a message for her. No, I'm not getting that from this reading. Since we did have the B card, I still feel, I feel like this is like reassurance, like everything's still fine, I guess. So I'm going to go into like what's been going on the timeline and the news cycle. I said I felt like we were in between space. I put that reading to the side for like a week, and then I read through the books and I saw some things maybe in the last video, or I don't know, I was talking about we got number, I was talking about there was a 7, 5, and 12, and then we got 3 archangels, the black, green, or the archangels associated, yeah, with the black, green, and gold, or you can see it as like a 0-point heart chakra portal, and then the stellar gateway, the 12th chakra. So yeah, I was coming to like something like I feel like we're in a tunnel or we're yeah, so with this card, this is kind of a sign like dream the new world into being dream the world into being and creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Like I felt this with new earth, like okay, we're still on course, we're still, you know, and then yeah, so I'll probably repeat that. I'll talk more about these cards when I get in the reading. So I feel like there's so much I want to say. So I feel like we're getting with the stellar gateway. Okay, so I felt like there was like three things, like because as recently I've been getting like connect to earth, like root to earth, and I've been hearing like if you want to have an awakening or get more abilities or you know whatever, you need to connect to earth or something's gonna fuck up. So I was getting that, so I was like, okay, maybe that's step one, and step two is something about the heart, portal, and fear, which might have been the last reading, the assignment reading. And then this one, I feel like maybe is more about the higher chakra, and like coming, finally, like getting really close to coming out. I got that with the crab. We got Aries here. Well, and then it takes me to last spring because I was talking about the light body and then like a gateway to the cosmos or something. But like, I feel like that got delayed and we never got back to it. So I feel like now, like, maybe this is it. And I am a little confused because, like, yeah, in the end of the last cycle, like the March 31st, and prior to that, I was talking about how we got to the River of Abundance, which took us to like a portal with the star. Like you are the star. So I'm like, are we still in like some weird place, or did we come back and we're trying to go back to that place, or we're trying to go back to a different place? Like I'm just like kind of like what happened there? So it was kind of like, and what place was that? So we got to the star. Maybe that's a soul star. I think that's I don't really know the higher chakras, but I think the soul star is the one underneath. And I'm getting like different information. I'm gonna say right now that I looked a little into the stellar gateway and I thought someone said something like the chalice was in that chakra or like orb or portal or something like that, right? And so when I got this, it was kind of like confirmation, like yes. But then when I did a search engine search, you know, like just typing in like what chakra has the chalice, I would get like the eighth chakra, the heart chakra. I would get different chakras, and then I would be like, okay, what's considered the golden chalice? And then yeah, same thing. Only when I type in like is the stellar gateway, just stellar gateway, and then chalice, would I get a result like you know the AI is just saying it's also known as a golden chalice. But so I don't really know. I'm not an expert. I'm learning this as I'm you know it's coming up and um and that might be gold and silver. I don't know. So yeah, I feel I took this as a sign, especially with this, because yeah, in the shuffle video before I even pulled out the cards, it was like this, and the moon was like this, and then it's funny how like it looks like this is the same phase. This was talking about new beginning, new moon, but like this isn't really. Is this like right after the new moon? Like a week or two, like I don't know. So I'm like maybe there's something with this moon phase and then like when we'll go through the portal. That probably sounds crazy, but yeah, and also the queen bee. I was in the shuffle video I was talking about, it probably sounds totally crazy, like I'm like it's just a dream, maybe there wasn't a being, like you know, but with the bee synchronicities and stuff, and I'm just like, I really think there's something to it, and I should share. And maybe I will meditate later and kind of do like a spirit guide meditation and see. yeah, I also think if there's a battle, like maybe something happened to her. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Yeah, and the last assignment one, I did say I felt like the bees were early, so maybe the bees were the first to like do something. I don't know. Is that all I wanted to say? So yeah, something with 3 and maybe because I was thinking like, are we supposed to come from the heart portal? Did I mention that in the video? I was like saying I felt like especially yeah the last video that I was feeling like the tree of life or like a cross or something was connected to the heart portal. But I don't think we got to the I know my cards and my synchronicities work that well that I like take them literally. Like, okay, there's a 0 point, there's a heart, and like it, especially when other stuff start fitting in, it's like, okay, like, I mean, I could be off, but this is what I'm getting. I still feel like we're in an in-between space. So how long has it been? 21 minutes. Wow. I still feel like we're in an in-between space, and oh, did I want to share? Yeah, I felt like there was something about I did pull out a yesterday backwards is forward card. Did I put it away? Backwards is forward. I feel like there's something kind of a synchronicity where I was hearing someone talk about retrograde, where it seems like I feel like it somehow backward is forward. Like when you try to find him, his feet are backwards. When you try to find him, you'll find where he was, not where he is. Also connecting it to healing, like I, mentioned my avoidant, contacted my avoidant recently, and he pissed me off, and, every time I feel like I was where I was, like I'm starting over again, or actually it feels worse, but like maybe I'm not realizing I'm more healed and more past it and learned more than I thought. I don't know. And I have thought in the past, like sometimes I feel like it's a hard crash, but then it's like a fast pickup too. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm able to recover faster, but like I still get hit hard, or maybe even harder with all the drama and crap piling up. Oh yeah, the synchronicities. So I feel like there's something with that, and then this morning I was watching Aries Tarot and Sassy Scorpion's Pisces video, and both of them were talking about the door, and Sassy towards the end of their video, I think she pulled a key charm or something. I wasn't watching, I was just listening to the video, I only just listen and don't watch. She's like saying you have the key and talking about the door, and then I watched Ali's tarot and she was like saying you have to shut the door, stop the cycle, stop the patterns or something. Even if this person in the future comes back, like nothing's gonna change. Like you have to close that to, like fixing, something like that. And then if they come back, then like you'll be more evolved, healed. I don't know her exact wording, but it was something like that, right? So, and then in Sassy, she was talking about a friend or foe, like the fox, the guy friend or whoever that, there's like sexual tension and they keep you around calling you a friend. They don't want to completely disconnect, but so yeah, that was like me and my avoidance. So it's funny you get the friend card. I kind of saw, I'll just point out, like, I before seen him as a red bird. This is a Cardinal card. I seen him as that, and this is actually a good card, though. This is, I'm talking about, like, spirit guides, their friend. Talking about, I haven't gotten to the reading because I don't want to, but yeah, just going on with synchronicities a little. So, yeah, Sassy. So there's something about, I was there anything else? So there's the one card. I had a dream of, I'll get to this in a second. Was there was another, yeah, I'll bring up that later. Okay. So I'm going to talk about this. Okay, so I felt like there was something still with the turtle because I recently showed the Well of Dreams, maybe in the last video, with a turtle, right? And then somewhere, I remember dreaming of pulling a card and it had a turtle. Like the turtle like took up like most of the card, right? And I thought it was from the Paradise Found Oracle. Maybe I was using that in the dream. So like this morning I went through all the cards to see if there's a turtle, like a big turtle on a card, and there wasn't. I felt like there was something still with the turtle. Actually, I'm in the synchronicity because there's another synchronicity. So yeah, when I picked these, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do like a beat. I didn't feel like kind of like I was kind of guided, even though I was, you know, obviously thinking B. Okay, but this is a. I'm not gonna post that shuffle video, but like in that video, when I split the deck to, you know, go like this, you can see in the video that like on this side was a turtle, like on the bottom of the deck, and on this side was a bee. And I was, when I was watching it and like trying to figure out like, do I want to post this video? I was like, nah, like, you know, just kind of listening. And sometimes I like to watch, you know, the shuffle part because there's like little things I don't notice. You know, sometimes, yeah. Anyways, yeah. And then after I pulled these, I was like, let's see where the turtle is. And I flip it and there's like the turtle. I was like, oh, turtle, where is there a bee? And then I was like, oh, bee right there. Just kind of, yeah. I was like, maybe I'll edit. I don't have an editing program. I didn't pay my bill, so my Premiere, my Adobe, I have to pay it every month. Yeah. But I would just like edit that part so you could just see like the bee on this side. I don't know. That was just kind of weird. So yeah, that was a synchronicity. Okay, so it's 27 minutes in. All right, I think that's all I. Oh yeah, Ascension symptoms. Yeah, just my right ear clicking. Like just yesterday evening. I went to the store. I felt fine all day. Felt fine. I went to the store. As soon as I got to the store, my right ear started clicking, and I thought like, I think it was actually. Well, it might have been going on like a little before I got to the store, because I know sometimes when I burp like obnoxiously, like my right ear clicks, but like I wasn't burping, nothing was going on in my, yeah, I noticed like it really bad when I got into the store, and then when I got out and I was like driving home, like I started feeling, I get this like time to time, especially like if I need nicotine, you know, I'll get like lightheaded and I kind of feel like my consciousness, my awareness or something is a little faded. I call it like beach brain. I feel like I have beach brain and I might get a little anxiety. Like, oh God, I don't like feeling like this. I need to get home. So I was getting that. And then when I got home, like I went to bed early. I've been doing that lately, like going to bed around like 9, 10, and then waking up like 1, 2 in the morning and then going back to sleep. But I did take a nap earlier that day. And I, like, just like today, I took a nap around noon. So I don't know why I was feeling like that. If there was something, you know, going on. Maybe I was like thinking maybe I'm still tired, maybe I'm hungry. I don't know. I ate before I fell asleep. I woke up, I felt fine. I don't know. That might happen again today. I'm actually thinking about taking a nap after this just in case that happens, because I don't like that feeling. And yeah, I wanted to like, you know, work, so do my little side gig thingy to make money since I don't have a full-time job right now. Yeah, and I can't do that when I feel like that. Definitely not. Yeah, I don't even want to drive anywhere. I don't want to deal with people when I'm like that. So, yeah, maybe I was just hungry and tired. I hope that's what it was. But, so let me go into these, and then I'll get to go on this and then reading through the book. So, I got 2 different types of citrine. Then, Bumblebee Jasper. And then I think this is a bee. I found this in my jewelry box, and I don't even know like if it was attached to something, if I bought it like this, or what. Maybe I found it. I don't even know like where it came from or what's like. I don't even know how long. It's just like I don't know. It's just weird. Like, did I buy this from? Like, I can't even remember. Like, if someone gave, like, I really can't remember. This I can remember. Like, I bought this from a store. Like, maybe like 20 years. Like, this is like a long ass time ago. Like, maybe like over 15 years ago. Like, I remember buying this store. What store? But that I can't. This I know. I got this on Overstock when they had Overstock and some. Yeah, but I can't like. Anyways, yeah, turtle, because I dreamt of the turtle card and a Herkimer diamond. I don't know why, I just felt like Herkimer diamond. A turtle, a friend, coworker I used to work with gave me a flower agate. This I had to look on Etsy. I know I bought it from Etsy. It's flower agate, because I was thinking, like, is that, you know, like ocean jasper? This one's from Madagascar. I think that's from Madagascar too. And then this one I think is a Preziolite, heated amethyst, heated amethyst. I was like first thinking of, because I do have a amethyst obelisk with citrine, but I don't know if it's naturally citrine or if it's partially heated for the yellow effect. But I don't know why I was feeling something like, yeah, maybe because I was thinking citrine with a amethyst, and then I was like, okay, I think this is heated amethyst, so whatever. But I feel like, yeah, in the shuffle video I was like, okay, maybe this will help us get a message, but yeah, I don't think we got the message from the queen bee. This is yeah, I usually don't have a lot of money to buy like nicer, bigger pieces of this or that. I usually just buy little small stones. I think the nicest one I have is like, I think I bought it for like around $100. I think that's like my biggest, nicest stone, and everything else is like little cheap things, mostly. All right, so let me introduce the cards. Is there anything else before I start? Went through a dream. Okay, yeah, I think I got it all. So we got 25 elephant spirit, learn from the past. Then we got lizard spirit, dream the world into being. Then pearls of wisdom, sacred chalice, and I forgot to show you first one, two, the spirit animal pocket oracle. Second, ocean dreams, a mystic oracle. The third deck, oracle Pluto. Do you see something going on here? Color, the faded, the gradation, whatever, I don't know what to call it, thing going on. I didn't do that like purpose. I didn't notice until I got this deck. I was like, hey, I don't know if I'm doing this subconsciously. Actually, so the third deck, Oracle Pluto, we got Friend, Okapi, not sure if I'm saying right, and Cardinal. Then from the Star Codes Astro, we got, this is the Pocket Oracle, just dropped the box. We got 1 Aries, Act, 4 Cancer, Immerse. And the last deck, the Work Your Light. See, the same kind of thing going on. We got Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. And Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like this from the last assignment reading is, even though I felt like there's something wrong in the dream and we didn't get the message, and like I was actually feeling like, you know, what if like I fuck something up, or what if I'm overlooking something, or, but like this reading is like saying kind of like we're going the right way, like everything is still good. That's how I was feeling. So dream the world into being, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. Yeah, I said that at the beginning of the video, like still on the new earth. Sacred chalice, I was getting, you know, like if we're coming to the 12th chakra or 70 or something, like this is a good sign with the, maybe something with the moon phase, like yes, we're almost there. Here's the gateway, here's a portal, like yes. I was feeling like crab, like the crab is gonna come through there, but like I don't know, like I was thinking like the crab like is a sun sign, and Aries, like the house of Aries, or sun, well the sun is in Aries in the house of Cancer or something like that, you know, because and then if I didn't see it until the end of this reading, but if I, or the shuffle video I did that, actually after I did the video, because in the last assignment video I was talking about fear, like fear, like any kind of fear of the known, fear of dying, you know, the cry for love. There's still some things I have to think about, but this, like with the Cancer being like a homebody and not wanting to come out of the protective shell, I feel like this is like a more like a, like where the fear was like you're dealing it like by yourself, or it's more black and white, or I don't know, it's like more intense for you, like with the Cancer, like something motherly. It's more like, you know, like someone's, plus we got like the ancestors here, and this was talking about spirit guides, and we got the friend, and this was talking about allies. Like there's more like support, like kind of like holding your hand, or kind of, what's the word, like toddling. What am I thinking? Kind of like come here, like kind of. That's what I was kind of feeling. Like instead of the fear, like here's it, like you gotta jump out of the plane, like go, and they're like no no no. Like instead of, it's like more calming, like oh okay, it's not as so bad. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm getting. And then yeah, it's just weird because we have a stellium in yeah, I checked. And we have for sure Mars in Aries, Neptune, Saturn, the moon right now. I think it's going to be a new moon because Aries is, the sun's almost out of Aries. I don't know if the new one's tonight or tomorrow. I don't know, but I know it's close. So it should still be in Aries. And I think Mercury. And then Jupiter in Cancer. Also Venus in Cancer. No. So we got that stellium in Aries. Then Venus and Uranus in Taurus. Uranus is almost out of Taurus. And then Jupiter in Cancer. And then Pluto in Aquarius. So, and I did say towards the end of the last page, yeah, that like I'm a Pisces, but when it's Aries season, like I can feel that kind of I don't give a shit kind of stuff coming from me. I feel a little more like a rebel, like a hot water, like I don't know, I feel it when it's Aries. Like I feel more, a little more spontaneous, even though like I don't really have a life. Like I just feel a little more like talkative and more so yeah. And yeah, plus the Aries being the first, like, so in some kind of way I feel like these two are somehow gonna come through, like the first, and plus the Cancer is a moon, and there's a moon, so maybe something with the moon, like the moon phase. Yeah, there's something going on there, right? The Earth Spirit, yeah, if you put that with Ganesha, the grounding, learn from the past, yeah, the backward is fourth thing I mentioned. I feel like there's something like that. Yeah, before closing the cycle, you need to, yeah, learn and finally close. I feel like there's some weird thing with this. Like there's three parties, or three, like I kind of feel like one end of the tunnel, the other end of the tunnel. I feel like there's something. I mean, me personally, I took my avoidant, like I saw him for some reason as a red bird, and then him not as a friend, or you could see as a friend, or you know, I just feel like there's something. And the Okapi kind of like I don't know, it's like the bee. There's some, I don't know. So I kind of feel like maybe there's like three different people or three different thingies, or kind of more an animal. Yeah, I was saying like in the news cycle, like there's not really any animal. Like I said that, but then there was like the last card was an animal. I kind of like looked past that, but like more like more assistance, more like not just unseen or ethereal, airy, like there's something you can, in your like social life, there's something more. Yeah, with this one, it was saying, like, listen to the advice a friend gives or something like that. I feel like if you've been bottling, like, it's good to like get that out, like air it out the closet, and like kind of trust like what you get, like at the very least, like getting it out, like, you know, the last things to say out of the face, not make it like drama or anything, but you know, you gotta kind of like spring cleaning, you gotta open the door and whoosh, let that out, and, you know, close the old door, you know what I mean, something weird with that. And spirit guides, I need to read, I keep on forgetting what it says for that. So Chalice, this card says something about pearls of wisdom. So yeah, there's some things about gaining wisdom, and is that it that I want to say before I get into the books? Sorry, I'm really trying to think. I don't know if this lizard has wings or. I thought it was kind of strange looking. Dream the world into being. It's kind of doing a summary right now, like, or like any things like. Yeah, there's basically it, like kind of really close. There's a gateway. We got assistants, we got spirit guides, ancestors. I was hoping like this would be more of a message, like, hey, there's still this thing. Maybe the biggest thing is just closing the door and focusing on this. Like, I don't know. I gotta look at that. What phase and when it is. Is that going? Yeah, that's going into the new moon, right? But it's like new moon real soon. Oh yeah, did I mention, since this was on the bottom, normally when the card's on the bottom of the deck, I feel like it means like it's just passing. So maybe whatever that is just passing, and then B, whatever that's, I mean, maybe if I get like a dream or something more with the B, I'll share it on this channel, but unless I'm told not to or something, you know. Okay, I'm just gonna get into the books. 42 minutes, and I'm gonna get to this Okapi. I'll try to be quick here. Okapi, meaning a fated meeting. It says meaning a fated meeting, event, or situation. The higher meaning behind everything. The Okapi is a unique creature, partially resembling a zebra, but most closely related to the giraffe, that is indigenous exclusively to the northern part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. In many ways, existence of the Okapi seems unlikely, and yet an unknowable number of things align to make its existence so. The presence of the Okapi in a reading may speak to something that feels much the same and begs the question of fate, whether in meeting or situation. To draw the Okapi card in a reading is a sure sign that something bigger than you is at play. The way things have aligned across time and space to bring you to this moment where everything is falling into place may feel surreal. Moments in our lives where we can see destiny unfolding in front of our eyes are few and far between. There is a deep knowing in our bones that recognizes this pleasant twist of fate, and that same knowing asks us to drink in as much as we can stand, because there's something crucial to be harnessed and learned. Keep in mind that when destiny turns the wheel, it may not always feel pleasant. Though it certainly feels big, sometimes when everything is aligned to put us on our higher path, it can be extremely difficult. This too requires a certain trust in the way things are unfolding, even if we don't fully understand why. Look to the higher meaning behind the moment. Much is being revealed. Oh. Should I turn on the light? It might not look like it, but it's kind of getting dark, and yeah, it's getting dark. It's harder for me to read. In my throat. Drink something. Friend, looking forward in this book. Friend, meaning truth mirrors sound advice, and I'll say We'll talk about the card before, Puppet Master, projection, distortion, the ego, self-awareness. So the friend says, like the Puppet Master, the friend is a special card. Unlike the master, however, the friend operates outside of us. Have you ever heard the saying that other people are mirrors for us? That idea is the essence of this card. The arrival of the friend in a reading may indeed point to an important friend in our lives. It can indicate someone you can turn to when truth feels muddied or elusive, whose perspective reflects our most authentic selves back to us and helps us navigate a treacherous landscape. However, it's important to recognize that not all the mirrors in our lives come by way of loved ones. Sometimes our most potent teachers are those who frustrate or irritate us to no end. Notice that the shadow cast of the friend is its true shadow. Unlike the other cards in this deck, it's time to turn to a trusted ally and let them know what you're going through. Know that the advice they give you now is the medicine required to remedy the situation. One way to think about this card is also contained in the age-old saying, the antidote is in the poison. Ask yourself who in your life is your greatest mirror and what lesson you can learn from them. Think of who you hold most dear and who you absolutely can't stand. Which one is a stronger teacher? You might be surprised by the answer. Looks like this is with the shadow. Let's go to the Cardinal. Cardinal says angelic presence, love, divinity, empathy, devotion, passion. The brilliantly red cardinal is most often thought of as a harbinger of divine messages and signals the presence of visitors from heaven. These might be loved ones who visit us from the other side, spirit guides, or even angelic presence. To pull the cardinal in a reading is a sure sign that you are watched over and protected by divine forces and unconditional love. If you have recently lost someone you love, the cardinal signals their presence around you. Outside of their connection to the higher realms of the consciousness, cardinals are often associated with love, harmony, bliss, and devotion. As these ruby red lovers mate for life, this is a call to get honest with yourself and your heart. Who and what are you devoted to right now? Our hearts burn with passion for many things, as it's important to do what we can to tend to our passions to ensure they stay alive. If you feel out of touch with your heart and its desires, this is your sign to find a way to open back up. When our hearts are open, we can greet everyone and everything with compassion, empathy, and tenderness. What was I going to say? Oh, cardinal. Yeah, this is because in the book it says this is a cardinal sign, this is a cardinal sign. And we got cardinal. I know this is a bird, and that's just, what do they call it? Like mutable and fixed. I know that's, yeah, but I just thought maybe there's something with that, or like right angles, or maybe there's something to that, possibly. And yeah, we got 1, 4, 25 makes 7, 38 makes 11, 2, I don't know. All right, let's go to the elephant spirit. I'm going to try to be quicker here. Elephant spirit, learn from the past. Although we often wish we could leave the past behind, elephant spirit reminds us that the memory matters. We must respect the wisdom of the elders who hand down to us traditions they have shaped to express our connections to each other and respect for the community. What has come before informs what we are experiencing today, and we must never forget our legacy of strength and dignity. Elephant spirit appears with the message that we are to acknowledge that we came before and learn from it. All of us are memory-based creatures, and we must revisit the past to understand where we are and where we are going. The stories of events you experience, the stories in our collective memory, and the stories of relationships you have had can be told many ways. What story will you tell? Elephant here spirit is here to encourage you to make it one that stirs in you a sense of power and dignity, for you have honored yourself by choosing to learn from your past. Spirit rejoices at your willingness to learn and grow. Yeah, so it's like Also saying, yeah, you've grown, you've learned, you've gained wisdom, and going in the new cycle. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Lizard spirit, looking for it. There we go. Lizard spirit, dream the world into being. Oracle message. When was the last time you basked in the sun and allowed yourself to daydream, to imagine what might be and who you might become? Lizard spirit appears when you are called to let your imagination flow and dream something new. Inspiration is available to you now if you're willing to slow down, let your eyes close a little, allowing ideas to dance in your head. What might come into being if you were to pursue your dream? How might you grow and expand if you allowed yourself to dare to believe in the impossible, making it possible first in your dreaming mind and then the world as you co-create with spirit. Give in to the power of imagination and soon your dream will become clearer and steps will reveal themselves and what was ephemeral will begin to coalesce into form. Dream it and be it. Spirit asks you to dare to dream big. There's a little more protection message. I'm gonna try to be faster here. Pearls of Wisdom. Where did I put the book? Here it is. Like the same size almost. Pearls of Wisdom from the Ocean Dreams. It's getting dark in here. Choosing thoughts, mindfulness, believing is seeing confidence. I am more than my thoughts. Within the powerful currents of your mind rest many pearls of wisdom filled with inflections of light and shadow. You have collected a great repertoire of knowledge based on everything you have learned, the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations. These have only made you wiser while enforcing your strength. You may not always, however, be consciously aware of how our beliefs shape us over time. We tend to focus more easily on our outer world after all. When feelings of self-doubt or inner judgment sneak into our thoughts, we may latch onto these as a way of working them out, like a problem to solve. We can choose to ruminate on these feelings even though we know they aren't healthy or productive, or we can look at them with compassion and say, not today. I'm not gonna read any of that. It's just, I think I read that before, like kind of like the mental programming stuff, you know, like what you focus on, control, or it's just stuff like that, or where your energy go, blah blah blah. I don't feel like reading. Sacred Chalice, but I think this is just tying into that, saying like you've learned from your past. I don't think we need to go over all that blah blah blah. Sacred Chalice. I'm gonna have to turn on something here because it's getting dark in here. I am overflowing with possibility. I am creative being. I am a magnet for love and abundance. In your heart of hearts is a wellspring of wonder. A bejeweled chalice beckons you, adorned with pearls of wisdom. Your soul has gained across many lifetimes. Shimmering water spills from this holy cup like the gurgling laughter of a babe, giving life to your cherished dreams. The corals dance in the light of the new moon in gratitude to the endless renewal of the creative force. The chalice is a portal, our intimate connection to the feminine divine. The womb-shaped vessel channels the creative impulse of the universe and nurtures it into form. It represents the element of water and the yin principle, magnetic, intuitive, receptive. Instead of chasing after what we desire, we radiate our light to attract goodness to us. Initiates us into abundance consciousness, more than enough for everyone. Best way to tap into unlimited potential is via love and gratitude. We align the unconditional generosity of divine blessings. Celestial waters can flow freely to replenish and flourish even more new growth. A very positive omen to receive this beautiful card heralds a time of celebration when heartfelt wishes manifest, the life overflows with love and abundance. Such fertile energy may lead to the birth of a beloved child or pet, a new home, job, or project. You are a magnet for love in all forms. Be open to resonant soul connections entering your experience. Blessed new beginnings are possible. Embrace your bliss wholeheartedly, dear one, and don't forget to share your great fortune with others. The ritual work chapter in this book offers some lovely practices to support your manifestation. Yeah, what's there's this. Let's go to the next one. We did that. I should try to hurry up. Let's go to Lemuria. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. 55 minutes. This will be shorter. My shuffle video was 1 hour and 8 minutes. No, let me show it again. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Lemuria moves one of Earth's lost lands, where heaven really was a place on earth. A time before we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. In Lemuria, life worked in harmony. All beings were seen as equal, and we were deeply reverent to Mother Earth. We knew that a mosquito was no worse than us, and the sun no better. Perhaps you too believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. Perhaps you are part of the transition team who at a soul level are devoted to creating this kind of harmony on the planet now. Thank you for wanting to do this work. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs on the planet right now, but you are being encouraged to keep holding the clear vision of the future. It is closer than you think. You may be guided to hold the frequency of Lemuria in your own community, family, workplace, or within yourself. Know that it is possible, and while at times you may feel like you're alone, you truly are not. There are hundreds of thousands who hold the codes of this ancient lost land, and even Lemuria crystals that hold the codes of remembering that are beginning to rise all over the planet. Keep doing what you're doing, and remember, the only way to heal the world around us is to first heal ourselves. Hold the card on your heart and say, I hold the codes of Lemuria and believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. And let's go to Keepers of Where are you? Was that it? Keepers of the Earth. I'll go straight to this part. It says, hold the card on your heart and say, I am open to receiving a whole new level of support for my life and my work, and I call it now. Include any other specific requests here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to read it real fast. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. You are so supported. You do not stand alone. You have a magnificent team of helpers both in this world and on the earth who are here to help you every step of the way. Call upon them for assistance. They are here to help. The keepers of the earth acknowledge the work that you have done already and are ready to work through you. They bow at your feet and thank you for wanting to stand for them. To devote your life to protecting the earth in your unique way. It is time to increase your capacity to receive support in the physical realm. This can come in the form of financial abundance, acts of service from strangers, or people flocking to you and your work. The only thing that is stopping you right now is your capacity to receive support. You deserve to be rewarded for the work that you are doing. You do not need to go at it alone. Call upon the keepers of the earth to help you in your mission. Open your heart and your mind to receiving more than you ever thought possible. What kind of support do you need? Call it in right away. And then for Aries, act. Yeah, I'm just gonna skim read. Its energy is raw, accelerated, direct, rude, passionate, and looking for a challenge. Use your wisdom to focus this raw power and give it a goal. Cardinal sign, headstrong ram, initiation, new beginnings, spontaneity, rebellion, and rebirth. Move into new territory, cut to the chase, be a hero, feel the call to action and thoughtfully respond. Clear the air and clear the decks, be crisp and to the point, shoot from the hip, set healthy boundaries just by being vibrant vibrantly alive, express affection enthusiastically, spontaneously, and passionately, work in short, intense bursts rather than long periods of deep concentration. Inner adolescent, speak in I terms, set a challenge, make sure all sides feel heard. If a situation threatens to erupt in conflict, get out, take a break, and come back later. Okay, I'm going to go to Cancer. I think that's enough for Aries. Cancer says, symbolize a crab who asks us to dive deep into the sea of emotion and come back home again. Carries a protective shell, moon ruled, cardinal sign, connected to breast and stomach. Be the emotional leader, connect with the parent archetype. Reach out to the divine mother and father. If you're in need of parenting yourself, reach out to the divine mother and father, to the earth beneath the sky above, and feel held. Once you feel held by spirit, it becomes easier to accept the ordinary human limitations of the people around you. If you are called to parent others in this situation, whether in work or love, do so with a balanced approach of honest feedback and support and self-care. Nurture without enabling. Model what you want others to do. Nourish the connections with your chosen family and tribe. Calls us to deepen our relationship to home, not to get stuck in the protective shell. If you need more out of life, you'll have to leave this safely to find what you need. Find a home base or safe place within your soul. And from that safety, be ready to be brave, exploration, and risk caring with all your heart. Remember that the very defenses you think will keep you safe may actually keep important people out. Soften your shell. You have a backbone and are not protected solely by an exoskeleton. Be aware of the psychic pool in which you float. If you feel tossed by the waves or battered by the anxiety of those around you, dive down deeper and find the calm below. Float in the ocean of collective consciousness and feel cradled, nurtured by the divine mother, fed and cuddled. Yeah, that's it. How long? 101. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking something about the 90-degree angle or something. Cardinal. So this is one time when we got the death card that it was like the 8th house and the 2nd house. So I was kind of thinking like, okay, it was 1st house, 4th house. Like, I don't know. Maybe there's something with that, how from the last reading, kind of like the fear, the death, like kind of that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm just gonna end this video. I'm just thinking, is there anything else I want to say before I end the video? No, I think that's it. Thank you for watching.